In this video, we're going to be covering the 6 factors that will impact the taste of your brewed coffee, giving you the control to influence the taste of your cup. Over the last few years, we've partnered with coffee experts at the Coffee Science Foundation, UC Davis Coffee Center, and the Specialty Coffee Association to advance our understanding of coffee brewing. The results of this sensory research indicate that there are 6 factors that we can control that will impact the taste of your coffee. The 3 that have the most impact are roast level of the coffee beans, the basket shape, and the brew ratio. And these are the ones that we're going to be focusing on today. And for those aficionados who are keen to dive deeper into the flavor subtleties, we'll briefly cover those other 3 factors: grind size, brew time, and brew temperature. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the most influential factor to impact the taste was the roast level of the coffee beans. Roasting develops different aromatic compounds, and the length of the roast affects these compounds and helps determine flavors drawn out. It's worth exploring all types of roast to get a greater appreciation for different flavors and learn which roast suits you. Light brown in color with no oil on the surface of the beans. Light roasted coffee will place emphasis on more acidity and fruity flavors with a more delicate mouthfeel. Think citrus, melon, and tea-like qualities. A medium roast is brown in color, like milk chocolate, and offers more body than a lighter roast. The coffee starts to develop more sugars and begins to highlight those sweeter, caramel flavors of a longer roast while maintaining most of the coffee's inherent character before imparting any roasty flavors. Medium roast can provide a more balanced flavor and aroma. Dark brown in color with a sheen of oil on the surface. A dark roast generally has lower acidity, heavier body, and a deeper, darker flavor. The origin flavor of the coffee is overtaken by the roasting flavor, with a taste that can be bitter, smoky, and earthy. This factor might surprise you, but the shape of the basket has a greater impact on flavor than most other variables. By simply swapping out the filter basket, you can dramatically transform the flavor of your brew. The experts found that certain flavors are associated with different basket shapes, so you can choose a basket for brewing that matches your flavor preference. Sweet, floral, dried fruit, and chocolate flavors were emphasized with the brewing in the flat bottom basket. Bright, berry, citrus, and fuller-bodied brown roast notes were emphasized with brewing in semi-conical shaped baskets. The brew ratio is simply the amount of ground coffee and water used to brew, and it makes sense that varying the ratios will affect the flavor of your coffee. Most baristas would use a brew ratio of between 1 to 15 and 1 to 20, which means that for every gram of ground coffee, they are adding between 15 grams to 20 grams of water. The less coffee that is used, the increased perception of sweetness. The coffee will offer a more mellow and rounded taste with a gentle acidity. The brew ratio you decide upon will be guided by your personal taste preferences, but a ratio of around 1 to 18 is a great place to start and will deliver a rich and balanced flavor. With more coffee used in the brewing process, the coffee will be more concentrated with a rich, roasty taste. Darker roast will also increase perceived bitterness and acidity. While the research shows that these first 3 factors had the most influence on the perceived taste of brewed coffee, for those coffee aficionados who would like to dive deeper into the subtleties of flavor, there are a further 3 factors which will allow you to gain more control on the taste of your coffee. These are the grind size, the brew time, and the brew temperature. Ultimately, our goal is to empower you to brew your perfect tasting cup at home.